Wholesome One, we've got a lot of one-liner comments that I'd like you to respond to here in the live chat. So we'll start with Jalen West, who basically says Zion Nelson has to be the most improved player from last year.
I think that's a great assumption. He would always be in my top 2. The only other person I would put either ahead of him or right on that level is Gilbert Frierson, because of how he played iffy in 19 and then was one of the best defenders in 2020. But Zion was one of the worst players in college football in 19 and became serviceable in 2020 and even had some really good snaps. So I could definitely understand why Jalen feels that way. And like I said, with that battle at left tackle, you have Zion Nelson, you also have John Campbell, you have Michael McLaughlin. So you got the young buck down there growing and learning as a true freshman who we would hope we can put a red shirt on him and build that body up even more, get him rolling. Thank God he was early enrollee. And John Campbell, someone who's been a swing guard tackle in his career here, maybe he can make that big step. But guys like Zalante Hillary and Kylian Herbert and Al Gamal kind of not really being a factor in our program, I think offensive tackle has there's a lot of conversations to be had about OT at Miami.
Get basically 3 reasons to head on over to voiceofcollegefootball.com. One would be you get a free Miami mask or team of your choice. So Florida State fans, Ohio State fans, Michigan, whomever else we've got here in the live chat. We've got 35 teams available. Get your free mask and then check out the rest of the merchandise there. Once you register, so you go to the top of the screen there at voiceofcollegefootball.com, register for free, and we get you a coupon code for the free mask and 20% off your first purchase. And you also get entered into a $25 gift card giveaway. Or if you don't want a mask, just help us build the channel by just heading over there. Just check it out, see what we've got available, and register for free. All right. Also, somebody had commented on Isaiah Walker taking a big leap this year and taking over one of the tackle spots.
I like the way that sounds. I don't know if he would definitely be able to take over a spot, but Mark, for the longest time, we continuously talk about here competition. Everyone says it. It's coach talk, coach speak, whatever you want to say. But it does that. It does that. It creates that oomph in practice. And when you talk about O-line, D-line, it takes it to a different level. Because it's one of those where a lot of other stuff kind of gets pushed aside. Your conditioning drills, how you look in your uniform, what happens when you line up, all right, and there's a snap count, okay, and 2 grown men line up across from each other, and somebody's getting moved. And it's like none other. And you hear that whistle blow, and you hear that, bah, oh, my Lord, it's fired up. Think about it. Somebody's getting moved. That is what matters on O-line, D-line. Can you move a grown man against his will? So if Isaiah Walker, if any of these offensive tackles want to be able to move people, they'll climb that depth chart and they'll compete for whatever position, whether it's tackle, guard, center. Can you move them out the way? Do you know where you're going? Can you get there fast? And can you make sure not only does your guy not make the play, but your guy's picking dirt out of his helmet and he has a pretty dirty jersey at the end of the game? And it won't always be that easy. You're going to line up against young men who can beat you some snaps. Can you keep your mental focus? Can you stay motivated? If you do give up a sack, can you pick yourself back up and say, all right, okay. That move won't work again next time, buddy. And as soon as he tries to hit you with that head bob swim, and you wait till that arm comes up and you, bomb, hit him in the armpit. Oh, Lord, Mark. Woo, get me fired up, man. Get me fired up. Think about O-line at Miami. It makes me happy that things are going to get better, but I like to continuously let people know. I'm not saying we're going to be Iowa, Wisconsin. We probably won't even be Nebraska. They still have some pretty solid O-lines every other year or so. we're far away from the Notre Dames, the Texas A&Ms, and the Alabama O-lines. We're kind of far away from them, but you got to kind of lay those foundations. And we talk about stacking blue chip on top of blue chip on top of blue chip. Okay, Isaiah Walker was the best offensive lineman in our region, originally signed to Florida, comes back down to Miami. He's on the roster. McLaughlin, a late 4-star push. He's on our roster now. John Campbell was a 4-star recruit. Now, Zion was a 2-star recruit, so he may not fit that mold. Jalen Rivers, a 4-star recruit. Cleveland Reed, a 4-star. DJ Scaife, a 4-star. Ja'Kai Clark was a 3-star. Gaynor was a 3-star. So you're starting to build. I had a lot more 4-stars on that list than I had 3-stars. So you're starting to get the talent. You're starting to get the size that's going to come in there and compete. And something about O-line, there's a dog in that. Because you got to be a certain type of crazed person to want to run into someone else, helmet first, every play, and drive them against their will in a different direction. And it just makes me happy that Miami's starting to do it again on that side of the ball. Because I've spoken about it ad nauseum, Mark, about the D-line. D-line has done really well since Coach Manny Diaz has not only become head coach, but walked in the door at Miami 2016. I would love if Miami could turn around and have similar success on O-line as it did D-line. You talk about a 7th rounder in Kendrick Norton. We haven't had a drafted guard in I don't know how long. John Feliciano in the 2015 NFL draft was our last offensive guard drafted. Okay, it's not good. That's not what you want. So if you want to start becoming day 3U on the O-line like we were in the D-line, you have John Garvin, who was a 7th rounder, Joe Jackson, who was a 5th rounder. If you turn around and tell me Miami gets a 5th round right tackle, 7th round left guard, 7th round center, a third, the year you get a really good left guard who can pass, block, and run, he's a 3rd rounder. Then you turn around, you get a big-time 5-star recruit where Miami will have 2 first-round DNs. Maybe somewhere down the line, Miami has a left tackle and a right tackle. May not be the same season, but you got a first-round left tackle and a first-round right tackle. Those type of things I want to start seeing at Miami. Just like I said, on the other side of the front on defense, it's been growing, it's been steady, and now we're going to peak at some first-rounders this upcoming draft. On the offensive side of the ball, I want to see some of that over the next 3 to 4 seasons. To
your point, one person once said correctly, football's not a contact sport. Basketball's a contact sport. Football's a collision sport. You're not making contact with the other guy. It is a collision sport. And Miami fans, pardon me for bringing up Ohio State, but when you talked about the man-on-man, struggle and who's the better man, who's going to win this one-on-one battle, it reminds me of what Urban Meyer instituted at Ohio State, and he puts it on video. They put it right on the website for everyone to see. So guys get embarrassed by this, but they'll take two guys at the same position. They're always at the same position. So 2 linebackers, they put them, it's called the block O something. Somebody will fill me in on, I don't remember the exact name of the drill, but you put 2 guys in the block O, and it's whoever knocks the other person out of the block O, you basically just go.
Oh, it's kind of like the Wildcat at LSU. That's like well-known because Coach O gets in the middle, and they don't even put – it used to be board drills, Mark, where it's about 3 yards in between. You put your hand down, they blow the whistle, and then you build up momentum into each other. This drill is they start out nose to nose. And Coach O has hand on both helmets, and he blow that whistle, and they just start, and they twisting and turning, and oh man, it's nothing like being at training camp with somebody who's been talking all that smack, and they okay, no problem, we get in the drill, Mark. And now you put them on the ground, and everybody woo, when the guy hits the ground. So it's kind of exciting. You got me real excited for practice now, man. I'm walking like, yeah, board drills.
Well, it was funny one time because I I think it was Dwayne Haskins and JT Barrett. They even take the star quarterbacks and they line them up and say, you know, who's going to knock the other one out of the ring here. And so regardless of how great a quarterback is, you know, for maybe one day you get embarrassed and you look bad and, you know, can get made fun of a little bit in the locker room for not being the better man.